We're live.
Is what if you're dating someone that has a hobby and you don't know about that hobby?
No, we're not.
We're gonna talk about that hobby.
No, because no.
I was just wondering. Okay, so welcome back to the Hey Comadre podcast and live stream, podcast recording and live stream. We are now in our second, I think, recording of the year, season 2.
Season 2 of
Hey Comadre.
But before we start,
we
are one comadre down, and
Yes.
we want to. I know she's watching us.
She better be.
She better be. No, we want to send all our love to Marianne Garcia, the third comadre from this amazing show and podcast that we do. It's not only streamed live on Facebook, it's also a podcast.
It's also
that
a
you
podcast.
can follow.
Download it
on Spotify and all over Apple. And so we want to send a big shout out, hugs, kisses, great healing vibes to our comadre Marianne Garcia, who is right now mending.
Yes, she is. And she's watching.
But we want to send her all our love. We cannot wait to have her back.
Yes.
And we want to tell her how much we love her. And we are always here for you. And I know that everybody who watches us as well, comadre, are sending their hugs, their kisses, and well wishes to our comadre Marianne Garcia.
Yes, who is hashtag Mamona Sun.
And you know what? We've been checking up on her.
Yes.
She is doing great. We want to tell everybody out there that she is doing great, but send all your well wishes, love to our Marianne, because without her, this show would just not be what it is now.
Not the same. And
it's not the same.
It's not the same. And, you know, we've been in close contact and just take care of yourself, you know, take care of each other. And that's what this is about. You know, when you have your comadres next to you, when someone's down, you know, step in, support, even if it's words of encouragement.
Thank you, comadre.
You know, because we all need it sometimes. Whether you're hurt physically or you're hurt emotionally, you know, one of those things is that, you know, that helps us through these things. I love it. Is having your ties with your comadres, you know. That's so important. Your tribe is super important, whether it's made up of your family, made up of sisters, made up of primas, made up of some work colleagues. Find your group that's going to be there. And sometimes you know when it's real, when the person or the comadre you're with will tell you some stuff that you might not like. That might bring, like right now, I was asking my comadre some idea and feedback. She's like, no, we're gonna talk about that. I'm like, okay. You know, when you have someone that's real, it's gonna be okay for them to tell you things that you might not agree with, you might not feel okay with, but they're giving you a truth that you need to hear. And also they're giving you a support.
Absolutely. And you know what? I love that because, you know, in life, right?
As the train goes by and
the trains go by, but in life, y'all, we collect. I noticed this. I don't know why how this happened, but we collect so many amazing souls.
Yes.
That they're not blood family. They're not, you know, they're not your blood, right? But they have become the closest thing. And I am honored to say that in my lifetime, and they continue to be with me, amazing friends, and you're one of them. And Marianne is one of them. And these are the kind of people that, you know, it could be 1:00 in the morning.
Yes.
And you pick up the phone and you're like, it's just not happening, you know?
Yeah.
And they stay on this line with you till 3 a.m. until you're able to, you know, desahogarte and fall back to sleep, or at least make you reassure you along. I'm honored to have 2 amazing sisters who are always there. And all of you have become are my sisters, my comadres. So what we just said, you know, it's just, and I love that it's come real comadres. Absolutely.
Real comadres. And being vulnerable and sharing and knowing who to share with is also super important, because that is what, you know, we need that. We're human. You know, how we go through life, how we continue is by having connections with other gente, with other comadres, with other people. And like she said, sometimes it could be your sister, or sometimes it could be someone that becomes your sister over time. So
absolutely.
Now, with that in mind, we're going to talk about some stuff because the last time we recorded, we were talking about
controversial.
Some dating and how what's dating going to look like in 2023. Whether you're dating yourself, you're dating someone, you're looking at revamping your dating life, and we were going to do a vision board, a Galentine's. But because Super Comadre, our comadre, Marianne, we wanted to make sure she was well and healed. So she can be a part of this because we need her in the mix as we do this vision boarding. But we moved it to March.
In the spring. Yeah. And so that way, because some months have passed from January, and you're springing into action.
That's right. So we're going to have a spring fling with Las Comadres. Hey, Comadre, we're going to come back and we're going to send you all the information so you can join us in the spring. And we're going to have a spring fling with Las Comadres and talk about rebuilding our vision board of where we're at with
it's so funny that you said that because in January we started with Hey Comadre season 2. And 2 of my comadres were already occupied, right?
We were offline.
They were taken offline, and I was the only remaining survivor of the dating world. And I went on survivor mode. But the thing is that 6 months from now, when we enter the spring, comadre, the viewers will want to know where are we now? Where are we? Maybe I'll end up married already. Who before us?
And that's the thing is that, always stopping and having your milestones and reevaluating, checking in with yourself, checking in with your goals, professional, dating, all that, we're going to come together and do it in person. So we'd love to have you join us in the spring and we'll give all the information so you can sign up, buy your ticket, reserve your spot. It's going to be so much fun.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. And we're going to mix in some champagne with some bubbly with it.
Champagne. And we have a comadre that brings toys. So
absolutely. We have a really great friend.
Safe and sexy. We're going to have something called Safe and Sexy Talks, Safe and Sexy Charlas on, everything that has to do with taking care of yourself when you're being safe and sexy.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a great opportunity to come out, enjoy with us, talk with us. And you know what? Sometimes you just need, like what we said at the beginning, a circle of comadres just to chat it out and talk it out,
That's right.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need to talk things out to be like, oh, there we are. Here I am.
So speaking of chatting, I want to chat with you, and I want to see what we're going to hear from the audience. But a couple of things. 2 questions that were burning in my mind because this is something that I am actually experiencing. I'm going to ask you, and you can ask me. Number 1, do astrological signs or what the sign of that person you're talking to, does that matter? That was the first question I wanted to kind of explore today on Hey Comadre. The second one is, does party affiliation and who they vote for matter when you're dating? And I'd like to kind of ask for your experiences and opinion, and I'll share mine. And if you have anything to share, please drop it in the comments. But those are the 2 things I want to share right now. Astrological signs. Does that matter? Do you follow it? Do you use it?
I'm glad you said that. Me, no. This was in the past. I never said. I have a great friend, and I know she's watching, Ale, who would always say, when I would say to her, hey, I met someone, and the first thing she would say, when was he born? And I was like, why? I'm not there yet. And she's like, you got to find out when he was born because we got to know what sign he is because see if it's compatible to you. And I would be like, what's your birthday? And then I would get in there.
And you're quickly like.
So I never thought the importance of that. I'm going to be really honest. I was never that person to say, so what's your sign? I am a Capricorn, y'all. And for me, many years, I never understood what that meant, right? Until many years ago, I entered my first leadership program. And I was already older, right? And somebody said to me, what are you? And I was like, what? Like astrologically.
Yeah.
And I said, a Capricorn. And she goes, oh, I get it now. And I said, oh, what did I do?
Okay.
And she goes, you seem to be very, like, you take charge of things. You want to be like you're an A. And I was like, well, what does that mean? It's like you take charge of things. And then I was like, no, I don't. Yes, I do. And so then whenever I met someone, he was a Pisces.
What's someone?
It was a long time ago. This is how it was a he. And it was a he who went out and he said, oh, I'm a Pisces. And then I was like, okay.
So is that how he started the conversation? Or
no, like we were talking about that, but he's like, you're a Capricorn, I'm a Pisces.
Okay.
And he goes, ooh, and I go, oh, what does that mean? Apparently we don't go. We don't fit.
You don't match.
No, we don't match.
Okay.
And guess what? We did not match.
Oh.
But
let me stop you Let me stop you here. Did you not match because it was planted in your brain that those signs, it said that they're not matched? And that's how you approached it? Or was there already like, it's not going to work?
It's not going to work because
why?
I took that apart. Like, of course, I was like, oh, Pisces, I don't know what that means. But I looked it up, right? And then even my friend Alex said, ew. And I said, but why? I don't get it. And they're like, well, because Pisces are very nonchalant.
Yeah.
Easy goers, right? And a Capricorn is a pusher. Like, come on, you're not fast. She said your sign is a Taurus.
Yes.
And a Sagittarius. And I was like, guess what? We went out. We went out on 3 dates. On the third date.
Then what happened?
Oh my God, I just couldn't do it anymore because I was like, hey, where are we going? I like plans. I like plans. I like A, B, C, D, F, G.
All the way to Z.
I mean, I can be spontaneous, but I prefer not to be spontaneous because I want to know how I'm going to dress for this day. Like, what kind of shoes or tennis shoes? I don't know, right?
Yeah.
Girl, oh my God, comadre. Let me just tell you that we ended up like to a hike somewhere. I don't hike.
Ibas in chanclas or what?
No, I mean, I had boots on. I think I had boots on, but number one, I don't go on
you're
hikes.
not an outdoor kind of person.
I'm not an outdoor person. I'm not like that. Like, I'm not going to swing on a thing.
No,
I'm not
no
going
zip
to.
Lining.
I'm not. I like to go shopping.
You like to go hiking at the store.
I like to go take nature walks
in the mall.
Inside, like in the outdoor places. Like we're shopping. You drink a coffee.
Con aire.
Yeah, you get a little, dinner at the Cheesecake Factory.
That's your nature. The closest to the nature and the cheesecake is
but
the salad.
I did it. But I did it. I went on the thing, and then and it was a lie, and I should have been honest, right? Oh. My feet were hurting. I was sweating. My makeup was insane. I mean, it was a lot. My hair. And then he says, "Oh, I know that you love this." Mm-hmm. He says, "Next time we'll go camping."
No.
Oh no. I said, "Okay, well, I'll be honest. It's not for me."
Jam.
And he said,
"Not my jam."
And don't, I would do it. Yeah. I would do it if I would go. Yeah. I mean, glamping.
Glamping.
But prepared.
In a cabin.
Prepared.
Con aire, con toilet.
So is anybody out there watching, don't disqualify me. I will go camping, but I need to know what to wear.
Yeah. She needs to bring like a power generator.
North Face. I want to buy nice, a nice camping
outfit.
Camouflage.
A nice pink. Hot pink camouflage.
Well, I'm a great shooter. I like
that. Yeah, she does. If you want to take her to the range,
I like doing things like that. But to end it, yes, you do have to kind of look at it astrological signs. Yes, you do, because it is true. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpios,
let me ask
Sagittarius.
Okay, so let's say you meet someone and they are the same exact sign as you.
So the rumor goes,
let's see.
The rumor goes is that you're supposed to really be friends with people that are your own sign. I have
only friends.
No. I'm saying in general, it is a rumor that whatever sign you are, that you meet a person your own sign that you're going to get along. That is not the truth.
With you?
With
Capricorn?
Capricorn. I have a lot of Capricorn friends, and we love each other. Case in point, I have great friends like Silvia, Chris, people that we know, and I'm really good friends with. But then it's not true because I've met 4 Capricorns that I could not get along with.
Ooh. What about for dating?
Does
that include dating?
No, never met a man that was a Capricorn. Never.
Wow, but do you think that would work out?
No, not if he's like me. Can you imagine 2 pushers?
Híjoles.
Can you imagine two
Se van
people
a
with
se van a matar?
two planners? No.
Oh no, you're gonna have to outplan each other.
I would like to take a back seat. I like to say that.
Okay.
I mean, I would like to take a back seat, but I would have to also check and
I
approve.
want to see the plan before.
Right. Like, I'm also not going to be
Go
crazy.
blind.
Like,
Gotta go.
I've never met a Capricorn. I've never dated a Capricorn.
Okay. Any Capricorns out there? Just so you know, not only are we looking for that, but also can you float some sheetrock and can you paint a wall and can you change a light switch and a light bulb? Because we're upping up the profile now.
2023. Question now.
What's the question?
Signs y la comadre.
You know what? I have never gone along with signs.
Until.
Dun, dun, dun. So, the gentleman caller, pretendiente,
That sounds dirty.
is the exact
It's a gentleman caller.
calls him out.
Boyfriend.
It's the exact sign as me.
Ooh, wait. No. Yes. I see it now.
Our birthdays are only 2 days away.
I see it now. Artistic.
Very artistic and very feely.
Oh, no.
So we're both very feely.
Okay, so let's get to the feely part. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Because you're sentimental. That's why we call her Sentida Spice.
That's why I'm hashtag Sentida Spice. So,
Okay.
so it was amazing because this person is really big on an app called CoStar. And there's sorry, I'm not going to get any money for this. I wish I was, but not yet. And so I get sponsored by CoStar. And we have been communicating on that app because it also poses questions. And when we read it, we screenshot certain things that says, okay, when you and your friend this is what y'all are experiencing, and this is how you blah blah blah. And sometimes we take pictures of it and we send each other screenshots, and we're like, oh my god, wow. This really is.
No, I see it now.
Yeah. So
okay,
I'm a Cancer.
Yeah.
July 14th, and he's a Cancer, July 12th.
Huh.
So,
okay, but how does it go? Again, to me, the whole sentimental thing always gets me.
Yes.
Okay, because you're sentimental.
Yes.
So how does that work, though? Like, both of you are sentimental, or I like the rougher part.
He's a little bit
Capricorns.
more evolved than me. Like he's gone through stuff where he's like, I know that there's a certain amount. Okay. So he's, got it down. I am more like, still there.
Okay.
But he can read things. He can feel things that I'm feeling, and he can read things without me even saying anything. He's already like, I'm like, how did you know? Because I just know. And I'm like, and I think, okay, is it the sign thing, or is it that you're really in tune?
Okay. Do you like that?
I love it.
Really?
I do.
Huh.
I do.
If anybody is watching, would you date somebody your own sign, like you? Would you date somebody like you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
I would. I don't know.
I do know. I'm good with it. I'm okay.
You're okay.
Like he brought a bottle of wine for us.
I saw him.
It's over there.
Yeah, no, I saw him when I was parking. And so he's so detailed. Very detailed.
Very detailed. He's like, hey, I'm on my way to go help you set up or hang out. Are you hungry? I'm like, yes. You want sushi? You want?
Are we getting sushi? Is that what this is?
I already ate it. I'm sorry, quiet.
The Capricorn in me. Where's my sushi?
And he brought. He's very detailed.
Cancers.
Could be that he's just very observant, or that he's very in tune with his feelings, and he just happens to be a Cancer.
Okay.
And so am I. I'm very in tune with my feelings, and I just happen to be a Cancer.
Here's my question. My sister, hi Liz, if you're watching.
We're going to talk about her.
My sister Liz is a Cancer, and she's super bossy. She's mandona. And she's also the oldest. So I'm the oldest. Is that it? And I know you're not bossy, but you're very direct.
When I get things done, I'm not loud about it.
No, you're not. She's not either.
But I do push an agenda.
You do push an agenda. You're very I'm like
a Jedi. Like a Jedi. Like you will make that poster for me, or you will do this. I'm not like
okay, is it like that too, mandon? Or like we call it mandon because it's more like a bossy situation?
He's very direct.
Okay.
He's very direct. but in a very like the same way.
Okay, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
No, she's just seeing it now.
Yeah. We're the
Okay.
same. Jedi
Okay. Now that you've been there with somebody who's the same sign,
Yes.
would you ever? I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But would you consider if you were to date again, which I know you're not, but if it were to happen, would you end up back again with a Cancer?
See, I don't look for
I don't
people as
know.
far
No,
as
but now
signs
you
go.
do though, because you know the comfort level.
You know
with
what?
the
Yeah,
Cancer.
it could be that would be one of my first questions to ask.
What is your sign?
Like, hey, what's your name? What's your sign?
Because now as a
What's your
Cancer
birthday?
and you're comfortable, if you go with a chaotic Capricorn, all hell's gonna break loose.
And that's why you and I get along.
Yeah, because I'm chaotic and you're not. You're the calm to the storm. Very much so.
But we complement each other.
Yeah.
I don't know, and we also complement each other, even though we are the same sign. I don't know.
I wonder, we need to ask that our comadre Marianne.
Yes, Mamona Spice, because we'd like to know.
We're headed to the hospital right after this to see her.
That's going to be our reaction. We're going to record her responses and share them. What sign is your gentleman called? Your pretendiente?
I think we're hola.
Hola, hello. We have a wiser chick. Yes, I love it.
Okay, so I love that name too.
Waleska. No.
Waleska. I don't know. I mean, now that you think about it, I would love.
Here, Ronnie said, no way, not all Libras know how to keep the scales in line. Meaning when the scales are not aligned, hell breaks loose. You know, I've had experience with a Libra. I've had experience with a Pisces.
Ronnie, I feel that if I was with a Capricorn, we can set things on fire.
Yeah.
Because I'm very explosive. Like in terms of like I pull triggers and not in a like you cannot tell me something and I literally just like do it, let's do it, and then
pull triggers.
I'm a trigger puller.
Yeah. And I have to tell her to sit on your hands. I tell her put the gun down. Like
literally. No. But not really. But
why do you know what I mean? But
you know what I mean? It's like I'm a trigger puller. Like I don't go deep into my thoughts and I just do it. Then I revert back and we're like, oh crap, I should have just kept my mouth shut.
That email.
I should have sent that text.
Or you're like, you call me, comadre. You're gonna be mad at me. Me vas a regañar. What did you do? Sit on your hands. Stop it. Don't send that text. What you say?
She does do that. But it's so interesting because now that I hear you and I see him. I know him. I know the gentleman caller, boyfriend. But and I think about it, it's like, oh my God, you are alike. Yeah. I see it now. But would you, if that were no longer, which it will be long, but if it were not, I don't think that you would really go to say to somebody who did not make you feel as comfortable as that person would.
Yeah, I would be like, what's your sign? Never mind. Swipe.
Yeah, and I do believe in that now. I've never been that astrological person, like looking and because I have too much other questions, maybe, but now I look at it.
And he is, I think he also reminds me of a really good friend of mine who's a Gemini, and she's very direct, similar to you, very direct. She's like doesn't beat around the bush, says it like it is, very supportive and everything, and like, come on, let's talk it out. She's always pulling stuff out of me. I know there's something up. She doesn't stop until she gets to it. She's helped me grow, and sends me all kinds of podcasts and listen to this, work with your inner child, all that. I love it. And when I met him, I think he's closer to a Gemini than he is a Cancer.
That's why.
Because I told her when I met him, I think I found the male version of you. He's a Cancer, but he's a male version.
You're compatible. Ron is compatible with Aquarius. Which was it? Gemini, the one with two faces?
Gemini's June.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Las dos caritas, because my daughter Citlali is in Gemini.
But don't they say people that in Gemini it's like they're two different, like Dr. with
algo así. Yeah, like Citlali, my daughter could be very, hi mommy. The next moment she's like, I'm like, what did I do? She's about to attack me. And I'm like, I just said good morning. But
okay, years ago when I got my cards read, not
Yeah.
that I do this often, but a good
Yeah.
friend of mine, Ale, who is
Yes.
very astrologically
Very.
inclined, she said, let's go get, she went to go get her cards read.
Uh-huh.
And I went with her, and the lady that read her cards to us, she was, I didn't. I was sitting back, chill, and she goes, no. She goes, your vibe is so, like,
yeah.
it was calling, right? And
wow.
yeah.
Your vibe
My vibe.
was calling. That's
Her, yeah. And then she went on to say some things that now that I think about moving forward, they have come true. What she said in the cards, like little things that I was like, oh,
Yeah.
But she told me that I was the most compatible to a Taurus, and I never met one.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
So we are now looking for a
Taurus.
Taurus who can hang sheetrock and paint a wall. Please
Cut grass.
call. Cut some grass.
Please.
Saludos a Frank Gonzalez. Gracias.
Hey,
Comadres. Hello.
Frank, what's your sign?
Yeah,
Because
what's your
you and
sign,
I are
Frank?
so freaking compatible.
Yes, I love Frank.
Like I love you, Frank. Good.
He's a
Taurus.
Taurus. Oh my God. And that's why you mesh.
But I know we're not gonna date because Frank.
But she can be your friend date. He can be your plus.
We are plus ones
Plus
to
one.
each other.
There you go. Plus ones in life.
Frank likes what I like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saludos a Frank. Mwah.
We love you, Frank.
So yeah. So
Yeah, Taurus. Yes.
Taurus. So I don't know. So we'll see. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good where I'm at.
Okay.
And then my friend, her name is Leslie. She said to me, I am dating the male version of you, Claudia. I don't know what his sign is. I forgot. She told me, but it's like
It's Cancer. No.
She has to sit with him and pull things. Let's talk about it. And my gentleman caller, my
boyfriend,
he does the same thing. He's like, talk to me. Like if I'm going through something,
God.
I don't know how to get it out. He's like,
you are like that.
he's like, talk to me.
I don't need any coaxing to talk. I just like, "Brrr, this is what's happening. How are we going to take care of that person? What are we going to do? Squash and let's move on. I
You're
love
like,
what
pull the
Comadre
trigger.
says. Block, drop, block, and delete. And then I'm always like, sure.
Which, by the way, we're gonna make some mugs and T-shirts that say
We're going to
drop,
have our
drop,
Hey
delete
Comadre merchandise.
merch in the spring fling.
In the spring fling,
the
you will
spring
be able to
fling.
buy. If you're one of us. So
We're
what was the next question?
So the next one was political
yeah.
affiliation. So the next question I'm gonna pose to you, Comadre, because we're gonna close it out soon and go visit Mamona's place.
And also tonight is the
what's tonight?
The address from the president. The president.
Yes, the State of the Union.
State of the Union
We can't
tonight.
date because I don't know how to do sheetrock.
Amongst many things, Frank.
Bueno, Frank.
Pero sabes qué, Frank? It don't matter. We're each
Okay.
other's plus ones
That's
all
right.
the time, and we
Forever.
love you.
Yes,
oh my
right.
God.
It was plus twos because we plus threes.
That
So
is our
three of
super
us.
compadre, Frank
Yes.
Gonzalez, y'all. He is a legend, an MC of pageants, of so many things,
Everything.
of everything. So we love him. We all share him, and we all love him. So we all share him for our dates, for our going out. And
We don't discriminate.
no, at all. So the next
Question. Next question.
Huh.
Frank, you're listening here too. Man, I got a little pancita here. I've been eating a lot. Anyways, so Frank and everyone that's
Good for
listening,
you.
I've been fed very well. Does party affiliation matter? Whether they vote to the right or they vote to the left, or swing right or swing left, or independent, or whatever the F. Well, I mean, viewer discretion is advised.
Super
FYI.
cute because
So that's what I want to ask you next. As we're closing out, I want you to think about it.
I don't have to think about
Have
it.
you had any experiences with that, and would you like to share?
In
Does it
Louisville,
matter?
I always have, for those that know me on a personal level, I have the wildest dating
Yes, you do.
stories,
Yes,
and
you
this one was the most wild. I'm kind of afraid to tell it because the person could be
The
watching.
names have been changed, or will not.
The
be
names have been
said
changed,
to protect.
But
the
we want to
guilty.
thank our super comadre Connie that when I told this dating story to, it became one of the most popular podcasts
Yes.
on her 51st date.
Yes, 51st date, Connie.
Thank you. So I went out on a date with someone, a man.
What's his sign?
I have no idea.
Don't lie.
I don't know.
When's his birthday?
I don't know.
What month?
July, I think.
Oh.
He's a Cancer. Oh, he's a Cancer. That's right, because it's a few days before you.
That's right. That's
We're
right.
friends now because we got over that hurdle. Anyways, we went on a date a few years ago, and I'm scared to say it. He took his mom.
Damn.
He took his mom.
Okay, so how did the party affiliation come up? Now we're throwing.
Okay, we're gonna move this.
Throwing the mom in the mix.
So the mom was there, but we separated. You know, but we afterwards. We were chatting, him and I.
Yeah, without the mom.
And he says to me, "So how do you vote?" And I was like, "Well, that's a weird question on a first date."
Yeah.
Everything was very weird and random.
Yeah.
And then I said,
well, first of all, I showed up with his mom. He brought his mom on the date. That's a red flag.
I can't really get into it because
yeah, let's keep moving.
And so then I said, I vote this way. Mm-hmm. And then he says, former president, we will not say his name. We will not mention his name, but he was a big fan of our recent former president.
The one before.
She's 45.
Yes.
Okay. And very much a huge supporter of that person. And he went nuts on me, like literally yelling, why would I vote?
Wow.
Why was I not supporting the 45th president? And did I know how crazy I was and that I was, and I was like in shock.
That's on your date?
Yeah, and security was standing right near us, and security goes, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm good.
Wow, the security.
And then he asked me, "What religion are you?" And I was like, "What?" And I go, "Catholic,"
Yeah,
and then he lost his mind. I mean, he said I was the devil.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
I see his mom coming, and I was like, she was walking slow, she's an older lady. And I was like, you have less than a minute to get it together. And I just literally went off on this person, and he got up like this as he was going to hit me. I was like, security.
Oh my God.
So does it matter to me about party affiliation? Yes and no. I'll tell you what. Yeah. Yes and no, because I think we live in the United States of America, and everybody should have a right to vote whichever way that they have to, as long as you vote, you vote. And me being in the way that I vote or whatever should not matter or you overlook the fact that I am, that I do great, that I like you, that I wanted to have something with you. Why should that deter you? Now, if you're a fanatical, then I think that's a problem. Yeah. If I feel that you're a fanatical and you're trying to push me your way, then we can do that because you're not giving me the freedom of speech.
Exactly. Yeah, because it goes against all that.
Yeah.
So
how do you feel?
I feel the same way too, where before it did not matter. Like maybe 20 years ago, 25, 30 years ago, it didn't matter. Because when I was in college, I did date, young men back then. I was young too, that were on the other end of the political spectrum. And I was literally like the first Latina that they ever would, dated. They they were white, these people, and and they were like, oh, this is interesting. And these are the sons of the families that moved out of Houston and into the suburbs, and they went either far north, far south, far east, not really east, but far west. And so they were coming back to Houston, the kids now, my age. Okay. Back then we were kids. Okay. And they're coming back to Houston, to a diverse center, because they all went to Kingwood, went up down to Friendswood, and now they're coming back to U of H, which is a very diverse campus.
It is.
I'm there. So I got a chance to know people from the other side of where I'm at. And I thought, okay, well, it's not too bad. Okay. But back then, it was a little bit different.
It wasn't as radical as it is now.
No, fanatical and radical, and to the point where it's just nonsense. It was, we could have conversations. You could have, discussions. There was no name calling or you need to go back to where you came from stuff. Yeah. And so, but I did notice that after they would meet me or their families would meet me, I never saw them again. Because I think I was a little too much. A little too much. Because they left this part of town to get away from people that look like me. And then their sons are like bringing me around. And so, and that was fine, but it didn't matter 20, maybe 30 years ago. To
Does it matter now? Okay, so
to me,
does your boyfriend?
we match.
Okay.
We match. Now, I didn't ask that at first, but we do match. But
Would you date someone that
No,
not anymore?
not
me
anymore.
either. No.
no.
And I hate to sound this way
I hate
to sound this way, but I feel that nowadays it has become such a political. It's the ground zero of politics. That if they automatically know that that you vote Democrat, like they're trying to get you're being attacked by that, or if you're a Republican, you're no because you can be a fanatical. I recently went out with someone, and I'm gonna say recent, but it really wasn't recent, like about last year.
Okay.
Mid last year. And super great person, and he's probably watching and hello. Anyway, so we went out and took me completely off guard. This was when Beto O'Rourke was in town.
Okay.
And you took me and I took a picture with Beto, and I posted the picture of me. And he's like, he really sat me down and said, yeah, it was really, I hadn't even had the Beto t-shirt.
I gave it a
yeah,
you got a shirt there, yes.
Yeah, but how exciting it was to meet him. No matter what political party you're from, when you see people as polarizing as a Beto or you're gonna get you're starstruck because their charisma is So
they're
anyway,
very personable.
Very much. You want to meet them. And I posted this picture, and I saw him. He invited me to dinner. We went to dinner, and he said, let's talk about that picture you posted, our war picture.
Okay,
and he says, yeah, with Beto O'Rourke. And I immediately go, wasn't it cool? You should have came with me or whatever. And he was like, I don't support that political party.
Oh.
Could have fooled me.
Wow.
But that's what I'm saying. That we don't wear our political stance on our sleeve or and like I've always said, it doesn't matter how you vote as long as you vote.
As long as you vote.
As long as you vote, but also respect the people that you're with.
Yeah.
If she chooses one way and I don't agree with it, that's just the way voting goes. That's why everybody needs to vote.
And maybe I'm a little biased, but at this point, it's hard for me to be open to someone that is in the other party because I know how that political party looks like right now.
Absolutely.
And I would have more respect if that person would stand up. Still believe in this party. Like, no, I believe in the GOP or whatever because we're about, economic empowerment and for all. We're about education for all. We're about, making sure that everyone has the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness for all. And not come at me with pendejadas about what 45 said. Once, and if you are a big believer in those, what I thought was the party before, then I would have respect for you.
Absolutely.
Because there was a time when there was someone that was trying to talk to me in my ear.
Right.
And in my ear, they were all about, Latino causes. And I was like, well, what did you think about, what's his name when he came out saying that, the 45th president when he was running, like they only bring the worst and all this and that. And he's like, oh no, that's not right. He shouldn't be saying that. And and I go, oh, okay. So would you stand up in your party groups that you are leading and tell them that we should not vote for that person because he's saying that about Mexicans? Like, oh no, I can't do that because I got to follow the party line.
That is absolutely. But
that is
need somebody. But the worst one, the worst ones are the ones that actually switch parties depending on the woman that they need or religion. I met somebody. We had a mutual person. You and I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But he's a great guy. But every time that he would meet a new woman,
he would bring out the Bible.
Yeah, but you can't say that because then So you can say that. I love it. Go watching Hey Comadre. This is like scandalous.
You bring out the Quran.
And so, so every time he would meet a woman, like depending on what it was, for whatever woman it was, he would go to their political party and their religion.
Oh, he flip-flopped.
Yeah, and so then if it was
Oh, hell no.
this religion, he would go to church to that religion. If that person was like not a church, like a Pentecostal, like he would go into that.
Mm-hmm.
Every religion, and then at the end, one time him and I were having a conversation,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Do you know that he became an atheist?"
Ahora.
Well, because he was never serious. He moved wherever the woman he was dating. It was the flavor of the month.
Oh.
So it was religion of the month or
Oh.
political party of the month. It was whoever he was dating. Because one time I said, "So who did you vote for?" And he's like, "Well, my girlfriend is this, so I voted this one." I was like, "No. How did you vote?
for it.
And
Right.
what do you believe
Yeah,
in?"
what do
He
you
was
believe
like, "Oh, I don't know. It's whatever she felt
Oh
like
my
it."
God, no.
Yeah,
I
and
need
so-
you to come complete in who you are.
But
And
that's
we'll-
gonna be a
and
good
we'll
one.
figure it out, right? Like, okay, I think the next time, because we're about to close
But
it
you know
out.
what? That is a great question.
Yeah.
Do
We're a religion.
you date somebody out of your religion? And the reason
Yeah.
I pose this question,
Yeah.
if you are serious with a person in marriage, this is happening with my family. Oh, my other sister might be watching.
Dun, dun,
My
dun.
nephew, we're all Catholics. They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
baptized in the Catholic religion,
Yeah.
but the girlfriend, the fiance or the girlfriend is not Catholic, and her dad is very much into her marrying their religion. And their religion consists of not
What is-
having dancing or anything
Oh,
of that sort.
oh.
I don't know what it is, you know.
What's it?
Yeah,
No,
yeah, could be. And so, and my
Yeah.
nephew is like
Pentecostal.
there. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah,
skirts.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so, but my nephew is used to the party, the weddings, and
Yeah.
he saw his brothers and sisters and all, get married, and he
Mhm.
wants that.
Yeah.
So that is a great question. Do you
Wow.
date outside of your religion?
How about we pose that the next time we meet in 2
Yeah.
weeks? We're going to talk about
This
Does
is a great question. And
does
come back.
religion matter?
Yeah, I mean, I
Does
think it would.
matter? Another thing I wanted to talk about is here's another one. Did we talk about this already? Would you go back to the recycle bin? Because we talked about that at the beginning of the year. Like, we're never going to go back to the recycle bin. But what if that person
I would.
shows up, healed, they did their shadow work, they got some therapy, they rebuilt themselves. They're like, "I'm sorry. I'm this is where I'm at. I'm showing you." Would you go back to the recycle bin? Would you give the recycle bin an
Would you go back to
opportunity?
that anxiety and trauma if that's what that was?
So the next
Because
time
you're healed now at this point. Great question.
yeah,
So think about this. Would
think
you
about
go
it.
back to the recycle bin,
Yeah.
and do you date
and
outside
have
of
you
your
gone
religion?
back to the recycle bin? So the next time we come together again, la super comadre, hey comadre, hopefully we can zoom in Marianne, or maybe she'll be
Absolutely.
good enough to come in and join us on the couch, or maybe we'll go to her house and do it from her bed.
You should.
We're
Put on your pajamas next
Yes,
time,
right.
because we're going to talk some serious religion
that.
and recycle bins, because
That's
recycle
right.
bins are very interesting.
Yeah, recycle binning. Do you go back to the dumpster
Do
diving?
you thrift?
Do you thrift? You go back dumpster diving or recycle bin. I don't know. And have you done it? And has it? Maybe you did, and maybe it worked out.
It didn't work.
Maybe you did, and it went sideways, down south.
Down
So-
south, left,
So,
right, and everything.
religion. Would you date someone outside your religion? And have you gone back to the recycle bin and tried him out or her, whatever, again?
But before we sign off, a big thank you to
To SDC Bills.
Thank you
for
to our
sponsoring
great
the show.
friend, Tony Garcia.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We miss you, Tony.
Miss you.
And thank you so much for letting us use your amazing office, Miss
Yeah.
Garcia, as well as his mom, Maria Garcia.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And SDC, if you ever need any home construction, rebuilding in your corporate offices, reach out to SDC, Tony Garcia.
Mhm.
He is amazing. He work of art even in his office.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us today.
All right. And don't forget to download the podcast. Come back and watch the show again, because we
Give us
have a
some love.
great time with our Hey Comadre. And don't forget to join us again. I am Sentida Spice. This is
I am toxic. I'm toxic, as
Toxic
Spice.
as Spice.
And we miss our Mamona Spice. We
Yes.
wish her all the great vibes. We want her to get
Healing
well
vibes.
and healing vibes.
Yes.
We love you, Marianne
Yes.
Garcia. And thank you so much for everybody who tunes in to watch Hey Comadre. We will see you in our PJs in 2 weeks, and we'll come back with our spring
fling
vision
information.
board.
Yeah, we're going to do that spring fling in
Yeah.
the spring.
And stay tuned for upcoming shows for La Super Comadre Claudia. And thank you to Houston Social for featuring NHPO, myself, you, and all our NHPO board members that are coming out with their own. They're amazing in what they do in the community. So thank you so much to Houston Social. And thank you for giving us all the love. Have a great night, everyone.
Right. Adios. Mwah. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, dude. We really get
We
love you, Marianne Garcia. Espérenos. We'll be there in less than an hour.
Yeah, we're on our way.
With fall.
What do you want to eat?
What do you want to eat, Mama?